Marina.
Hey, Adriane, did you know that the longer we live, the more likely it is that we're going to get dementia?
Hmm, I didn't know that. Why?
What happens is as we get older, we have damage to our brain cells. Now, they're often caused by underlying diseases like Alzheimer's, stroke, high blood pressure, diabetes, brain injuries. But the number one cause of dementia, actually 70%, is Alzheimer's.
Ooh. Is that something that is preventable or why is that? Like, that's a big number.
Well, yeah, but I got bad news for you. Researchers have estimated they have been under evaluating the number of dementia cases. And it's actually more likely that there's a huge percentage that was not captured. It was largely, a lot of the research was based on largely white population. And there was a lot of people that are just simply undiagnosed. And even today, people just tend to ignore the symptoms. So those people are never diagnosed and never get the proper care.
But there is degree of dementia, and isn't Alzheimer's a part of dementia, right?
Well, first of all, let's define dementia. Dementia is not a disease. Dementia is considered it's a condition where Alzheimer's is a disease that causes dementia. So what you have is you have an impaired functioning and you have a personality change, memory loss. It can be quite frightful for the person experiencing it. And I can tell you, I have friends who have had this firsthand, and it is devastating to watch somebody you love come down with Alzheimer's.
Yes. I know it can be very much devastating.
Now, there's certain genetics that you're not going to be able to avoid, especially Alzheimer's has been linked to. There's several genes that if you're carrying it, if you have Alzheimer's in the family, you are just simply going to be more likely to get it.
Marina, I was reading some tips and I'm going to share it with you. And can we talk about it so we can help ourselves and help our listeners?
There are some tips, like you said, that we can use, and I believe these are provided to us by the Alzheimer's Society of Canada.
About them. They're great tips. I love these tips. I'll start. One of them, of course, is exercise. Right off the bat, you got to stay physically active, whether it's walk, whether it's you go for a quick jog, where it's just lifting some weights, do some yard work, just go visit your friend, go to the mall and walk around. You got to be physically active. That is the number one tip.
Okay, you want to hear this one? Oh, did I say hear this one? Because the next tip says to protect, check, and support your hearing. Now, hearing loss in midlife increases dementia. Are you ready for this? By 90%.
What?
90%. So use hearing aids if you need them. And protect your hearing from loud noise. Yes, that goes for all you people that are still listening to head-banging music.
And concerts. I put earplugs in when I go to concerts.
Yeah, or even work-related noise. Be mindful when you're flying. Protect your hearing, but by all means, get your hearing tested because you will experience hearing loss as you age. And I think that one of the key reasons that it's such a high risk factor, the 90%, is because when people lose their hearing, they stop connecting with family and friends. They start to feel isolated. They withdraw. They avoid social situations. I think that's a big factor.
That's a huge factor. And I have another statistic. Social isolation can also increase your risk of dementia by 60%. So let's do something about it. Go visit your friends, even if it's on Facebook. Go talk to somebody, virtual chats. Go find a stranger and just talk to. Go to your local coffee shop. And go join groups, but be socially active. I know at the senior center, they have this bridge nights and they have social bowling. They have any of those activities. Just join something and be socially active.
Absolutely. Here's my next tip: manage your medical condition and learn more about them. Work with your doctor or your healthcare provider and take care of things, especially diabetes and obesity, as best you can. These two conditions together, in particular, can really increase dementia risk among others. Why is that? Because we know diabetes is just wrecks everything. So you've got to really pay attention to your blood sugar. But obesity also causes inflammation, a very high state of inflammation in your body. That increases your risk factor for all kinds of diseases.
Good point. The other one, of course, is if you're smoking, well, this is the time to just stop. Get some help. Go see your doctor. They have this gum chewing, they have support groups, but that does also increase your dementia risk. So if you are a smoker, just try to stop. Get some help.
And your breath will smell better and you'll save
Yes.
money. Our next tip is if you suffer from depression, you should go and get some treatment. Don't hide, don't stay in the house and draw the curtains. Get out there, get the treatment you need. Don't be afraid to ask for help. You do not need to live with depression. If there's something you can do about it, please, please, please do it. And if you have a friend who's suffering from it, because part of depression is you don't want to take care of yourself. Take care of your friends. If you have a family member suffering from depression, see if you can help them.
And check with your mental health institution if there is somebody you can call. They all have mental health lines that you can call for depression to help. Okay, the next one, of course, is the one that we should talk about. And I know you and I are guilty of this one, and it's called drinking.
Oh,
Now, they recommend the Alzheimer's Society, they mention 12 standard drinks a week, no more. Because if you drink more than that, you increase your risk of dementia by 20%. So try mocktail, alcohol-free options instead. So it's just try limiting your alcohol.
absolutely.
I'm going to cry now for a second. Excuse me while I cry. All
Oh,
right.
that's just so sad. That's so sad. Why? Why are they beating up on our wine? I want my wine. Somebody do
12.
some research.
You can have one glass a day. That's 7 drinks. That still leaves you with, let's see, 5 drinks of something else if you want.
We just talked a few weeks ago about alcohol consumption. They're actually basically saying 0.
Yeah.
They're
Well, I
being
say
very
12 and under.
So make
Sticking
it
with that one.
11. Give you a little safety cushion there.
Yes.
Okay, well, the other one that we have to talk about is close to my heart, and that is managing your blood pressure and your heart health. So what's good for the heart is good for the brain. Why is that? Because it all has to do with your circulation and cardiovascular health.
Very good tip. Check your blood pressure often.
And take care of your heart, which means getting some cardiovascular exercise. It's called
And
cardio.
checkups. And regular checkups.
Yeah.
And of course, the other one that they mention is try to avoid any kind of trauma, which is head injury. So helmets if you're riding a bike, things like that. Just play safe and because we all know as we age, our balance starts to go. We get more tipsy. Don't go out there when it's icy. You use a walking stick if you need to, if you feel unsure. Just protect yourself from falls.
Yeah. I've seen people with concussions and it can be really brutal, especially living with them. They can be really difficult to deal with when they are going through a bit of a personality change. And it's hard to understand why they're being a certain way. So concussions and of course you get a cumulative effect of concussions. So this is the thing. It's like, if you're, chances are you fell off the bike. Let's face it, you and I grew up. When did we grow up? We grew up at a time when there was no helmets on bicycles.
No
Ever.
seatbelts. No seatbelts.
No seatbelts. No. I mean, how many times did I crash my bike into ditches, curbs? I spent all summer with my elbows and my knees skinned, right?
Yeah, these rules now we have these rules to protect us. So let's follow them and let's be more conscious of our surroundings. so we don't get hurt.
Well, at least the grandkids won't, because I think it's too late for you and me. So this is my favorite tip. I love this one. Aim to get quality sleep. Ah, now they're recommending 7 to 9 hours of sleep, and I like that. And again, if you are having issues with sleeping, talk to your healthcare provider and get checked for sleep apnea. It's becomes more common as we age. That's something that you definitely want to address because it can really, really tank your health on many, many levels if you're not getting good sleep. And what do you think?
And I think if I don't get enough sleep, I turn into this person. I don't know. I get very edgy. So no, sleep, very important as we get older. Quality sleep.
Yes.
Also, Marina, this is really important. Did you know by the year 2050, more than 1.7 million people in Canada alone are expected to be living with dementia? That's huge.
Oh my gosh. And you know what? It's not much better south of the border. As a matter of fact, it's worse. They're saying that the aging U.S. population is expected to cause new numbers of dementia cases to double by the year 2060, and that 42% of Americans over age 55 will develop dementia. That's almost half of the population.
That's crazy. That's just crazy. I mean, we got to do something about it. I mean, there are ways that we can help ourselves. We have to focus on this, and this is becoming a big issue, right? How do we prevent that?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we have to do everything we can to slow this terrible disease down and to mitigate the damages that it will cause. So part of aging well is taking care of ourselves and following some of those tips that the Alzheimer's Society has kindly provided us.
I'll put it in the link below.
Brilliant. So if you have any personal stories you want to share about Alzheimer's or dementia or any tips you have in aging well, we'd love to hear from you. Leave us a comment below or, send us a note.